Thank you all so much for coming out for the inaugural Citizens Academy. 19 of you all completed this with us, and this was a journey that we started back in the fall. Something that our city council really wanted us to do was find an avenue and a way to go out and interact better and embrace our citizens. And it's something that our city takes very seriously. It's something that I take very seriously in my job, and it's a pleasure to be able to serve in this capacity. I hope that you've had an opportunity to learn something. I hope that you've made some new friends. I hope that you have found that there's a lot more to the City of Murfreesboro government than maybe people know about. And that what makes our city special is that even though it's a city that is growing, it is a city that is the 6th largest city in Tennessee, soon to be the 5th largest city in Tennessee, although Clarksville might want to tell us differently. It's still got a very small town atmosphere to it, and a community that I think where you still can interact with people. It's still a community of civility, and it's still a community where people want to know each other, and they want to be able to have these kind of interactions that we've been able to foster over the last 8 weeks. So I hope that you have enjoyed it. I'm very proud to be able to serve this community, and I look forward to many more interactions with each of you. Just because tonight is our last Citizens Academy, I don't expect to not see you anymore. I hope that I see you in many varying capacities in the city. Thursday night, of course, don't forget, we're going to be honored, or you all are going to be honored and presented to our city council, and make sure that they have an opportunity to see all of your smiling faces this Thursday night at city council. But also, I hope that we see you at public hearings to express your views. I hope we see you on focus groups in the future to tell us what it is that you think our community ought to be doing. I hope that we see you on boards and commissions so that you can help our city be better. I really am very proud to have gotten a chance to know each one of you. And I hope that you come and visit us often at the City of Murfreesboro. With that, I'd like to show you a little highlight reel that our communications department has put together for us for this evening. At this time, I would like our acting city manager for the evening, our assistant city manager, Mr. Jim Crumley, to come up and just give you a couple of words. Our city manager, Mr. Lyons, is out of town tonight, or he would have been here. But as you know, Mr. Crumley's been here every week with us going through the academy, and I hope that you've had a good time interacting with your city administration throughout this program. So with that, I'll go ahead and let Mr. Crumley have the microphone for a second. Thank you.
Notice how she said for a second. She wants to keep us on time. I want to thank you all for sharing your time with us. There's a lot of great things that happen in Murfreesboro, and we're glad you guys were able to see as much as you did in the 8 weeks that you can take back and share with folks that you know. I think you know now that we're approachable. If you've got a question, if you've got an issue, pick up the phone and call us, because we will answer the phone when you do. But I just wanted to thank you all for sharing your time with us. I think Shannon and I really wanted to get some feedback from you all on how to make this better. You all are the first. You're the guinea pigs. We have not done this before. And so we were looking for input from you all in terms of when the next crew gets ready for Citizens Academy, how do we make it even better for them?
One of the things I think you can do is change your questionnaire on the evaluation sheet a little bit to encourage more than a yes or a no.
Good. What would you have liked to see more of or less of?
I think the program could stand to be several weeks longer. Seems like some of the things that we saw, we were kind of rushed and didn't really get into the detail level of the like to see.
I agree with that. I think last week, as we had so much packed into that 1 week, the
Oh,
school
yeah.
system and all of that, I would have loved to have seen a lot more of each one of those areas.
I'm a nerd. I love doing budgets, and we really didn't even begin to scratch the surface with you all on the city's budget.
And that's one thing Shannon talked about too, is just don't be afraid. This is a self-selected group, so we are nerds because we're here, you know, so don't be afraid to overdo it, because that's the reason we're here to begin with. So, and I would also, my other point is not to just, as Shannon said, don't end it just here. There may want to think about some sort of organized way to build on this. Maybe out of this comes another group, like the focus group or a task committee, that could look at one thing to maybe build on that they learned from this.
And there's going to be other sessions of Citizens Academy. An alumni group is something that you see a lot of programs like this develop.
I think the thing we ran short of time on most nights was the questions and answers. I would suggest having maybe question and answer period before the speaker started out, and that would assist the speaker in getting into their presentation.
Well, that's a great
I think
point.
people come loaded with questions, and invariably we ran out of time.
And I have complimented you all with everybody who has asked. The questions you have asked during this 8 weeks have been spectacular. Really good questions, tough questions in some cases, but questions without an agenda, questions of just honestly wanting to know the answers. And we love that. That is right where we want to be, is answering questions that give you what you need and make a difference for you.
I'd like to encourage all the department heads and the people that spoke. I talked to the gentleman tonight, Gary,
Mhm.
Reverend Bryant. He said, I really don't speak in front of people very often. That was very hard. And I said, the people aren't here to hear you speak. They just want to know that you're happy in your job and that you're sharing what you do. And that's what we see in every department. We go to the enthusiasm of the people for their jobs and enjoyment of showing us the equipment, enjoyment of telling us what
will do so. That's excellent. We will do so.
I'm a long resident of Murfreesboro, born and raised here, and I've always been proud of Murfreesboro. It's my city, and felt really good about things, but until I started attending this and hearing those department heads who are the best anywhere, they're so knowledgeable and they can explain things that you understand them and their personality, and they're just, you know, it was just great to hear them, but they gave you enough information and you got so involved in it that you wanted to hear more. And there, you know, wasn't enough time for that, and we all realize that, but some of the greatest people that, you know, they know their jobs and they do it. So very proud.
And going right along with that, impressive is the longevity of those employees. That tells you volumes.
Bobby?
I'd just like to thank this administration and the one before y'all, what you people have did in this great city. Because I'm not bragging or complaining either, but I remember when your big college over here was called Murfreesboro State Teachers College. And I remember a lot before that. I think y'all did a wonderful job. Thank you.
Well, I can't take any credit. I'm a 3-year resident of Murfreesboro, but I do see the work that those who've come before us have done, and they've done well. They've done a great job with this town.
Hey, well, you knew I was gonna say something. On our food, I don't know if we actually paid these places to do this, or they donated their eaters or whatever food,
Some of both.
some of those.
Yeah.
I just wanna make sure, you know, that they did, sincere things. You know, I hope from everybody, and I know myself.
We will. And I think we're good on budget, aren't we? The $25 that y'all threw in at the beginning, I think pretty well covered what wasn't donated, so that the program actually broke even, maybe even, did you make a little money? Oh, she's a little over, so we'll take care of it. We will take care of it.
Shall we take up the collection?
Don't think that's necessary, but we'll take care of that.
I would just say that I've only been in Tennessee about 6 years, and I've worked with a few city groups in other areas of the states, and the level of professionalism is impressive, very much so. The knowledge of the departments and that sense of satisfaction, and I've heard it mentioned before, with their function is in the city, is commendable. That level isn't seen everywhere. It doesn't seem just to be a job for many that we have that opportunity to listen to. Very knowledgeable and willing to say, well, whatever you want us to hear, say it. Open book kind of approach, refreshing.
Well, we tried. I think you got the best efforts from all the department heads. They weren't really sure what would be interesting. You know, they do it every day, and some of them will honestly say to you, I don't know what would be interesting to a group of citizens like this. But I think they did very well bringing together. We asked them, be interactive, keep you all moving, don't just sit and talk at you. And I think they did a great job with that. And we will do this again. We will try again. Shannon?
We're also joined tonight by two of our other council people, and I wanted to see if they would like an opportunity to come up. Councilman Smotherman, would you like to say a couple words?
It hadn't been long ago that somebody came to me and they said, Eddie, we're talking about putting together a Citizens Police Academy. And I thought, well, why do we need to train people to be citizens? You know, but I know we had the police academy and we had the fire academy already in place, and it was interesting to me to see what this class was going to turn into. And what it turned into was kind of something different, because I figured it would be a bunch of people who wanted to be politicians show up. And I was really expecting to come to this class the first time and see who I was going to be running against in my next campaign. And I might be. but seriously, the class has been an opportunity for the city to show off the things that we have that we're so proud of, and much of the things that we know that we see on a regular basis that you don't get the opportunity to see. The people who serve on the boards and the people who work at these places, the 900 and some odd city employees we have, most of them don't get the opportunity to really show people and brag about what they do on a day in, day out basis. This class has allowed not only you people to learn, but it has allowed them to look at their job from a different perspective of, my job is important and my job matters. And I think that's very important as well for our employees. So it's been a wonderful experience. I know the class has been 8 weeks, and I think I may have made it to 4 of your meetings. So I'm going to be a half graduate. But the thing I'm really proud of is the fact that Shannon did such a fantastic job of getting everything coordinated. Everything seems to have gone extremely smooth. The support that has been shown from all the different departments and their genuine caring of trying to present their classes as best they can so that everybody understands what it is that they do. And certainly it's been a good experience for me to get to watch our staff and city employees do what it is they do very well. And I've learned from you guys. Somebody said, Eddie, if you miss the class, you can come to our class and at a different time. And I told them, I said, you know, the wonderful thing about being in a class with you guys is y'all have fantastic questions. And you did such a good job of asking questions that I wouldn't have known to ask. So I told him, I said, well, next series I'll go to the 4 that I missed because I want to be involved with that class. And so you did a fantastic job. I congratulate each and every one of you for showing interest in your city and caring about your city. It's the place where I was born and I'm awfully proud of. And hope it's the place that I finish up my career at. But you guys, you're a delight to meet and to watch, learn about your city. I'm delighted that you signed up for the class. You are the first of many of these classes, I think, because there has been a continued show of interest in it. And certainly if there's anything that comes up in the future that we can be of help or service to, or any place we can improve as a city that doesn't get covered in the class, don't hesitate to give us a call. We're easily found. If you watch the local cable channel, I think our name and our phone number flashes up there every so often, and so it's easy to get in touch with us, and we want to be open and honest with you, and I think that's one of the things that I really like about these classes. I know I went to the police academy a while back, and the Citizens Police Academy, and yet they were giving out information that I sometimes questioned whether or not it was a good idea to let the public know those things. And as I went through the class, I learned that these aren't the people we have to worry about. These are the people we want to get this information to, so that you understand the importance of your role as a citizen and what you have the ability to do. So again, I thank you so much for taking the class, taking your time and showing interest in your city. And anything we can do as council to help in the future, don't hesitate to call. Thank you.
And finally, we have Councilman Ron Washington here tonight. He is the Vice Mayor for the City of Murfreesboro, and he's going to give you just a couple words also.
All right. Thank you, Shannon. First of all, let me congratulate you and thank you, because without you, there is no class. So I appreciate you taking your time to participate and thank my fellow councilors for supporting this endeavor, because without them, there is no class. So I appreciate Madeline and Eddie and the rest, and the mayor and the rest of the council members for doing that. My main interest with this class was to get feedback from you, to let you know that your city is transparent as we can be. And public service is a privilege. It's an honor for me to meet people and try to provide solutions or provide avenues where they can maybe get to a solution. We don't have all the answers. Sometimes there's some things that we cannot do, and our staff cannot do. But it's been a privilege to be a council member for 14, going on 15 years. And we have some wonderful employees, wonderful citizens, too many times, there's a tape that I got going to the NLC when I was on a committee, talked about that 20%. And too many times in government or in the society, we pay attention to that 20% where everything's wrong and everything's critical. You got them in your churches and wherever you go, you're going to always have them naysayers out there that want to make you think that you don't have to trust your government officials or what they tell you. You want to listen to that 20% because I need to hear what they have to say. But as a public official, the more you learn, and the more you get embedded in doing public service, you know how to put that 20% over here and do what you think is right for the total community and not for that little 20%. And so I've learned that in my 15 years, and we've got a lot of stuff going on, some other projects going on, and there's another project we're working on came out in the paper that I didn't think was going to come out in the last few days. If y'all saw something about the Christy Houston Foundation, a nonprofit collaboration. So we're working with that one. So that's going to be exciting for me. But once again, I appreciate all of you for taking the time because your time is valuable. And I hope you learned a lot. But I'm really looking forward to seeing the comments that you make about not only the program, but what we may be able to do a little bit better and be a little more accessible because like Eddie said, Councilman, some of them, we're accessible. Our phone numbers and emails are all over the place. And some of us have jobs like me that work every day, with my employees and that kind of stuff, but we still make time to try to respond to the public because actually the public is our bosses, so you all are in charge, not me. We just respond. So keep that in mind. Come back and continue to participate in the program and the Alumni Association, whatever you can do to help it grow and get better and prosper. But I'm really interested in seeing what you have to say about what we can do to get better or make some changes or whatever. So just because you have a yes and no, take your piece of paper and stick it to the evaluation. Say whatever you got to say. Don't limit yourself to yes and no questions. Like evaluations at work, Ms. Trott, there's a sheet there that says your comments. Put them down. They're valuable. And your participation is valuable. So all I can say is I appreciate you again, and have a good evening. Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you very much to everyone who spoke. We wanted to give you just a couple of minutes while you have Jim, myself, and a couple council people here, that if there was any questions that you still had that you didn't feel were answered or you just had something that was burning through your mind, there is a microphone right there waiting and ready for you, and here we are. So if there's something that you want to ask, now's your opportunity. Now, y'all have not been quiet for 8 weeks. I guess my job's here done. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Let's say a person wants to get involved with a board or something. What's the procedure for them to do that, to get involved? I know you can't get involved. If they want to serve on a board, what's the procedure?
Yes, there is an application available online, and I encourage anyone who wants to get involved in a board to come meet with the mayor, with Mayor Bragg. That's what I suggested with Robert when he was interested in that process, because we get a lot of applications that come through. And it's sometimes hard to always put names and faces together. And if you want to get involved with that, bring your application in, sit down with the mayor, talk to him about what interests you. What is it that interests you? What do you want to serve on? For some of us, certain boards may not always be the best fit. What is it that you have a passion for that you would want to serve on that meets both your needs and then the city's needs? And then as those appointments become available, then that would give some food for thought in his mind about what he should recommend for appointments to the city council. And so the mayor makes a recommendation to city council, makes appointments. The process is very easy. Like I said, the form is online. But I always encourage people to come in and sit down and actually talk to the mayor about what it is that you want to do. And his phone number is 615-849-2629. And that's where you can find him. Other questions? Okay. Well, you all know where to find me, and I hope that I'll hear from you often. I hope that we will. I would love to form an alumni group and also look at some projects that we could work on here in the city together. Some things that we could do in conjunction with our city council and our city administration, and also how we can plan for the next class so that y'all can help me make it better, what you liked and what you think we need to do to change it. And I hope that you will participate in that and give me the feedback, because I think that it can be a lot of fun. I think that this is something that if we all want to, that we could continue forward with quite a bit. And this is your avenue into participation and service in your city government. So with that, I'm ready to go ahead and introduce all of you all for your certificates of completion. I would like to ask Councilman Washington, Councilman Smotherman, Councilwoman Scales-Harris to come up so you can shake their hands and they can present your certificates to you as you come forward. I have a gift for each one of you from me, not from the City of Murfreesboro, but from me, because it's meant a lot to me to be able to bring this program to you, and I hope that you will remember it fondly and think that know that everything that we all do, that we all have an impact on people, and I hope that you remember that every day as you go forward throughout your life and what you do. So, I'm pleased to present our first certificate to Stephen Ayers. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ron.
Richard Baines. Jared Barrett. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Congratulations.
Gloria Bonner. Sam Dennis. Pat Eisenbeis. Clyde Franklin. Bobby Lamb.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you very much.
You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Washington, my dear Bob, and I can tell you how long.
No problem. Thank you, Mr. Lamb.
Robert Maxey. Thanks, Robert.
Nice to meet you, young man.
Mary Jo Mitchell. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Melanie Poe. Judy San Angelo. Phil San Angelo. Roger Sanders. I think this one. Thank you very much. James Sowell. Mark Swikard.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Casey Tab Talbot. Veronica Terrell. And last but certainly not least, Marie Trott. Now, Marie asked for a couple of minutes at the end of the program before we dismissed. Okay. I think Dr. Bonner's going to come to the stage.
Thank you. And before we conclude this session, I want to say to each of you, and please give our regards to the mayor as well as to Rob Lyons for doing such an outstanding job in selecting not guinea pigs, but a brilliant group of colleagues that just happen to be dedicated citizens in the community of Murfreesboro. We commend you and applaud you for the diversity in your selection as according to career paths, according to areas within the community, according to the length of time that you have been here, as well as your commitment to the city of Murfreesboro. I think when we started, we were really, really proud of being a part of a great community. And now as we conclude, we are just as proud to now become the inaugural ambassadors to the Citizens Academy. We first want to honor our Vice Mayor in the city of Murfreesboro. And if you will just step forward for just a minute, because Ms. Marie wants me to read this. And this is a certificate of appreciation to Mr. Ron Washington, our Vice Mayor in the City of Murfreesboro, in grateful appreciation and distinguished recognition of your vision. And a sign of a great vision is that you have people who are willing to follow. So we appreciate your vision, your direction, and your leadership in developing and promoting the City of Murfreesboro Citizens Academy. This is awarded to you on the eve of March 18th, 2013.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Vice Mayor.
Surprise, surprise, surprise. Well, without these two and the other, it wouldn't happen, and without you, it wouldn't happen, like I said before, so it's just appreciated. But I wanted to grow and develop, and I'm looking forward to some of you serving in other capacities within the city, whether it be running against him or her or me. Doesn't bother me one bit. Come on, bring it on. But appreciate that, and it's only for the good of the city, and I appreciate y'all participating. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and it can only make us better.
Yeah.
Now we would like to ask Ms. Shannon to come forward. I have always said that leadership is not about power or position. It's about one's willingness to serve others. And Shannon, you have been the perfect model for that to 19 citizens and their outstanding attendance. Did you notice that? And even with your comments and recommendations and suggestions about the next group, a good teacher always will tweak your interests enough for you to explore further. So although we thought we didn't have enough time, that's what good teachers do. They encourage you to inquire and discover more knowledge on your own. Then you buy into the knowledge, but you own it as well. And that's what you have done so well. So we want to thank you for your hard work, your dedication, but your enthusiasm. It is always contagious on Monday evening from 5 till 8 o'clock. And it's almost as though it's the beginning of her day. So on behalf of the Spring 2013 inaugural class, we want to express our sincere gratitude to you for making it work and for helping the City of Murfreesboro to design a model that will be an example not only for the state of Tennessee, but for the rest of the United States to study and to follow. On behalf of the 19 amazing members of this class, we thank you.
Thank you very much.
I think this is the first time she's been speechless. And Mr. Jim, we're going to take you to lunch. And I have always been told it's better to sit up around the table than to be on the menu. But we express appreciation. You never missed a session, and you were always supportive, and we know and understand that it really takes a village to make a community like Murfreesboro work. and you have done so much behind the scenes. And although you were silent in your support, we appreciate the fact that you were present and you were engaging. Please share with the mayor and let him know that these sessions have been a wonderful experience. We were involved, they were informative, they were enjoyable, as well as inspirational. So you all have managed to make us better citizens. Thank you so much.
All right. I will see you all Thursday night, 7 o'clock. You thought you were finished, but no, you're not. Thank y'all very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. I couldn't have asked for a better class. Thank you.